Hey, welcome back to our channel. And today I have Leon on the line. He's on the Zoom call. He's going to share his I guess his perspective from JanPro in his local area, and he's going to ask me any kind of questions that he may have for me, so I can answer those. Welcome to the Zoom call, Leon. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, man. And I'll just start by saying it's been a blessing, man, watching your YouTube channel. So I started I want to say back in August in terms of getting everything started, but I didn't go official until December of last year.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so far so good.
Okay. Let me ask you, what package did you start in at?
I believe I came in at the FP 11 or the 9.
Okay.
I think it gave me around about 900 a month.
Okay. 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 And how did they go about getting those contracts? Were they quick at getting the contracts for you?
Man, it's been great. So before I got started, I made sure I built relationships with the people in the office. And I kid you not, man, the last day when I went in December to turn in to pay for my starter kit, the gentleman asked me at what point was I in the process, and I said, "Man, I am officially, ready to go." He said, "Good, I have something waiting for you." So I
Mm,
got a contract that same day.
good, good. How much was that first contract?
That one was it was a salon, and
Okay.
that one was 540 a month,
Yeah.
and
Those
that was,
salons are kind of tough though.
hey man, I have to tell you about that one. I have to
Yeah.
tell you about it. But that one was 540 a month, and that was once a week on the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are real good contracts, but like any other thing, the salons, they're particular about how they do things, and they're pretty much like doctor's offices or dentist
Right.
offices. They're gonna inspect everything. So, the slightest thing that's off, you're gonna get blamed for it. So and
Yeah.
we had a dentist office like that was very particular about how, and if you go above and beyond, it's you know, still not to their expectations. So
I just experienced that. Well, it's been a little process with that account, but so for the last 2 months, I was experiencing that, and then the Jan Pro, and I would keep Jan Pro in the loop of what's going on,
great.
and I would always send photos,
Yeah.
once everything was done, so that way, and they kind of knew that some of the things that the business owner was saying that it wasn't true, and so they just basically said that, listen, man, we don't think there's anything else you could have done in this situation. And but yeah, it was definitely a challenge, man. But at the end of the day, um, my mindset is the customer's always right.
Yeah.
And I learned, a long time ago that sometimes you have to look like you're losing in order to win.
That's right. That's right. I tell a lot of my contractors, I say, make sure that you're taking pictures of your work, you
Right.
know, and not only that, if there's a situation where a client, because we have a lot of day porter positions, so a lot of times the client are in there working or on the phone or things of that nature. So our contractor can't get in to cleaning. So they'll say, hey, don't worry about it. So I always tell my contractors, hey, text me that, that way we have it on record. So if it's brought back up,
Right.
we got a day and a time that this was text to me saying, hey, don't worry about the clean, don't worry about cleaning in this office and stuff like that, you know, because that could be thrown back up in your face in the future. Um,
Right.
so I'm glad that you are taking pictures of your work, man, because definitely you have to do that. I know so many times where um, we know that the contracts. I'll walk a building and it's clean, it's spotless, and
Right.
then we'll get a call saying that, hey, you guys are not cleaning the way, you know, um, to our satisfaction. So we'll have to go down there and inspect and stuff like that. And then a lot of times we find out that it's not the cleaning, it's like a personal dislike. for like some of the contractors that come in and they butt heads and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and that crosses over into the business aspect of it because they're holding that, and they're nitpicking that person because they have a personal, dislike for that person. So
Right.
we always say take pictures, make sure that everything is good to go on our end.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, where are you at on contracts now? How are you building your business?
So I have four
Okay.
contracts.
Okay.
Well, it's actually three because the salon, they just transferred that one.
Okay.
But in that regard, they basically told me that, listen, this is your first one. It's nothing that you could have did in this situation because we can tell based on the pictures that you sent that you're very detailed. And the guy even told me, he said, listen, man, to be honest with you, I think you're one of our best cleaners because you're very detailed. And I'm not sure who I can put on that account to kind of keep the chatter down.
Yeah.
So he just texted me yesterday. They had somebody else had a walkthrough, which thank God. And so they got the account and I gave them all the information in terms of the lockbox code and everything. And but like I got a good friend of mine in the business. He's been in for about 7 or 8 years. So he kind of give me game, and like he told me, he said, man, to be honest with you, you needed a person like that because she's gonna make you better.
That's right.
He said it doesn't feel good when you do the clean, you did clean, and the next day you blow it up with text messages and pictures, and you're like, you gotta be kidding me. But anyway, so at the end of the day, man, nothing personal. I take it as a learning experience.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, I knew that there was nothing I could have done that was going to please her, and it wasn't about the clean. I don't think, like you said, I think it was about some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
But we just keep moving.
Yeah, and I'll tell you from a personal standpoint, we have an attorney's office that we do, and we've been doing this attorney's office for close to 7 years now, and
Right.
we've always gotten a 10, always gotten a 10 on evals, spotless. It's a very easy clean.
Right.
Uh, they're not dirty people. They're very neat, and so it's easy to maintain the building. And we've
Right.
always gotten a 10. Now, JanPro has did a cost of living increase for all the contracts. They submitted it in to them, and last month, and we got a complaint the next day saying that, hey, you need to do the floors over and stuff like that. And from that standpoint, we ended up receiving an 8 on our evaluation. Now, we've been there for almost 7 years, never had any serious complaints or anything out of this. We've always gotten 10s. Never.
Right.
We've never gotten under a 10. And that's how I say, when the office manager, when they receive that invoice saying that we're increasing, you can expect that it'll be a little pushback. And the pushback is going to be, let me critique your cleaning now because you guys are going up. And it's not much. You're not going up. Like, we're not even going up $100. So, but they do have their personal feelings inside of it. They don't know how to separate the business aspect from it, from the personal, and those two kind of get intertwined, and they'll rate you based off of their personal feelings and not based off of the cleans. So, that's that. I understand where you're coming from. We've dealt with that several times, and we've also had to transfer. Well, we never transferred contracts. We finished our yearly contract and then we just sold them. We just got rid of them because we didn't want the headache. We didn't want them to go through it no more. So, we fulfilled our contract and then we sold it all.
And ironically, you mentioned about my contracts. Ironically, my other three, no issues.
Yeah.
Completely opposite.
Yeah.
Completely. And I have one account that's it's a condo, and so we take care of there's a clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
They have 9 residential units, and all we're responsible for is cleaning the elevators.
Wow.
So just elevator polish and then the floors. And so it's that account has been great, been real good. That's a twice a week account.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
So, you say you've been in, since you've been actually physically doing your contract since December. So you're fairly
Yep.
new still.
Yes.
And you're in Georgia as well?
No, I'm actually I'm from Georgia, but I'm actually in South Carolina.
Okay. Okay.
I've been living since oh man, 98.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so definitely. Man, what kind of questions do you have for me? And what can I do to serve you?
Okay,
In your
sure. So, I've been when I got started, I've been kind of listening to a few people. One is yourself. And so do you what would you recommend me as a new business owner when I do have employees? I do have one guy that's helping me now. 1099 or W-2 starting out.
um well, it depends. So we hire contractors, and
Hmm.
we don't stand over our contractors. We just they just know what to do because they've been in the business before.
Hmm.
So we do pretty much, we have 3 employees, and then we have the rest contractors. We have like 9 contractors.
Okay.
Because they're already seasoned. So you don't have to tell them what to do. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is do your weekly inspection. Just walk through the building.
Right.
So 1099s are better, but with the 1099, you got to also be careful, because if you're working with the 1099, then it's really an employee. You know what I'm saying? So we don't work in our business at all anymore. Um, Most of ours are ran by contractors that we actually sub the contract out to them.
Okay. That
So if
makes
you're gonna
sense.
do that, then you would just, if you had a janitor's closet, what I normally do is, if I have a janitor's closet, I stock it up with everything that they need, and
Hmm.
then forward there, you know, taking care of washing the rags and things of that nature. You know,
Okay. So you say you have the contractor wash the microfiber cloths?
yeah, yeah, yeah. They take care of all of that. We don't do any of that. You know,
Okay.
it's their contract. Basically, it's their contract. We just go in, and we're pretty much like JanPro. JanPro, you buy the supplies and everything from JanPro,
Hmm.
and you're, you know, washing your rags, making sure you got equipment and stuff like that. And we do that to a sub level, basically, and we just make sure that, hey, um, we supply them with the equipment, though. We do supply them with the equipment. We just don't wash their rags or anything like that. And we don't give them a time frame of when they could come and go. We don't monitor them. We give them a scope of work. This is what you have to do. Make sure you do it. And then
Right.
we weekly inspections. So it's
Okay.
pretty much like letting them do their own thing, and you're
Right.
not monitoring them. But, and then you just come in and make sure that you're doing your inspections every week.
Okay.
Pretty
That
much
makes
how
sense.
Jan Pro does it with their operation specialists. They just come in and check behind you guys.
Right. And I noticed on one of your videos, I just watched it again. I think you were walking one of your accounts,
Yeah.
and you were saying about the wood laminate floors was a little sticky.
Yeah.
So based on your experience, what uh, product or what is the method for preventing that from happening?
What we use on our laminate floors, and this is outside of Jan Pro. I went and bought
Mhm.
a maybe like a $50 steamer,
Uh-huh.
and I just plug it in and we steam those laminate floors. We steam them,
Okay.
and that pulls up all that stickiness, all that dirt. And we do it like once a week to control the stickiness, and then
Hmm.
they're just mopping. They're mopping, because that account is a 5-day a week account. So they're
Hmm.
mopping 4 days, and then they're steaming that last day of the week to make sure that they're lifting all that dirt and grime and everything out of the laminate floors. And that's been working great for us.
So
So,
when you mop, I'm sorry, are they just regular water, or is anything in the water besides?
well, we use the neutral floor cleaner. We use that
Okay.
neutral floor cleaner.
Yep.
But we use Spartan products. Spartan has a better product than Ecolab.
Mhm.
So we use a Spartan product, and then it smells great. Um,
Okay.
so that's what we use. But like I said, that steamer, if you go to Walmart, you can pick up a steamer for like $50, $59. And and they'll I went on Amazon and bought the replacement pads for it.
Uh-huh.
And I think the replacement you get like 10 pads for like um $19.
Okay.
And that's all we do. We just steam the floors once a week.
So these floors that you're steaming, the reason I'm asking because I got in that one condo account, the clubhouse has all wood flooring.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is wood flooring, but it's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty, it's a nice size clubhouse. There's a media room, there's a theater room. I mean, so there's a media room. There's a little gym. There's a billiard room. There's a little kitchenette. But everything is wood flooring. Besides the,
Is that LVP flooring?
it's a upscale condo. I would say upscale condo.
I mean,
Yeah.
are they using LVP or are they using natural wood?
This
Like
looks like it looks like natural. This is definitely natural wood.
okay,
Definitely
okay. That steam will work on that. It'll work on that.
natural.
The only thing about the wood floors, you have to be careful about oversaturating your floors because they'll buckle.
Okay.
So we don't like to we like to use microfiber on natural wood floors, the microfiber mops.
Yep.
Use that on the Rubbermaid mop, use that on the natural wood floor, and then just steam it once a week. And you should be good to go.
Okay. All right, which transitioned into my next question. You mentioned about Spartan supplies because I was going to ask you, where do you get your supplies from? Do you use JanPro or do
Yeah.
you use outside source?
No, we use JanPro.
JanPro.
Because what I've learned, even if you try to go outside, you're not gonna beat JanPro price.
Okay.
They
Okay.
got the market cornered unless you just go away from that brand of chemicals, but Spartan and Ecolab, they pretty much the commercial brands anyway. So we try to
Right.
stay commercial grade.
Okay. Yeah, because right now I still have my starter kit. I'm still using those.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy was telling me about some people the perception of smell,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
and
he
that's
told
why I say Spartan over
yeah.
Ecolab. If you're using Ecolab is senseless. It doesn't carry a scent because they're more hospital grade. But
Yeah, Spartan.
Spartan puts a scent in there. So they have a floor cleaner. They have a cleaner called Excelente,
Okay.
and it smells a little bit like Fabuloso,
Okay.
but it leaves a great scent. It's not overpowering, it's not strong or anything like that, but it
Right.
leaves a great scent. And our Jam Pro rep, master franchise owner, he has Spartan and he has Ecolab. So we just go with the Spartan products because they do, even though you can clean it,
Right.
people walk through and they can't smell clean, they can't smell freshness, they're gonna swear that you didn't come in and clean. See what I'm saying? So we definitely use the Spartan products over the Ecolab. Matter of fact, all my facilities had Ecolab, and I've just switched all of them. I have one more to switch over. All of them are Spartan.
Spartan. Okay. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I started the condo account the 1st of January, and that account is twice a week. So I typically go on Monday, Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes about so the clubhouse, and then there's some other little things like there's some couple trash cans on the pool deck.
Mm.
There's two trash cans, like one at the little air station that I handle, and then there's a pavilion that they have like a fire pit, kind of people kind of sit around and hang out. There's another trash can but anyway, so that takes about 2 hours and some change. There's also two restrooms in that clubhouse. And I remember one day I was cleaning, and they actually use the clubhouse a lot. And they do a really, really great job of cleaning behind themselves, like really great job. But anyway, so I was cleaning one day, and some ladies were in there playing cards, and I was wiping the windowsills down and wiping around, and she was like, "Oh, he's very thorough." And then they talked about the smell, and then the point of contact guy said, "Man, I can tell when you've been here, because time they walk in, they smell the clean." But I'm using when you first walk in, they have it's almost like ceramic tile, but it's not ceramic.
Mm,
They're exactly what it is, but it's a really, really nice flooring, but it looks like ceramic. It looks like ceramic and it looks like cement.
okay.
But I just use some of the Jan Pro damp mop, that lemony kind of smell. It's
Yeah.
like a yellow. I just put a little bit on there and, use a microfiber, just for the smell after I vacuum it.
Mm,
And that's been going real good lately.
that's
On that
good.
account.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But now, like I said, that Excelente is it's gonna be your one. You can smell it, you're gonna be like, wow, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. I'll probably go up there today and get some because I was using a little bit of Fabuloso just for the smell,
Exactly.
but they just took it off the market,
Yeah.
and I still have a little bit left because I tried to get some yesterday, and the guy was like, "Oh, we don't have it anymore." I'm like, "Oh man."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna definitely go and look into that Jan Pro Spartan Excelente and give it a shot.
Yeah, because they have them in the 5 gallon jug, and then they have them for your dispenser as well. You can plug it into your dispenser. So that's what we try. That's if we want something, we want our building smelling good. We always stock it with that Excelente because once you mop with that, it's like you mopping with Fabuloso, but it's commercial grade and it's it Jam Pro approves it. So yeah.
Okay. So when you use that the Excelente, are you having it in a spray bottle and then you just spray and then microfiber, or you have it in a bucket, or both?
You can do it in both. Matter of fact, Excelente is multi-use, so you can wipe down with it and everything. You can clean with it,
Okay.
everything, clean everything with it. Um, so we do it. We do the microfiber on laminate, but if we have like VCT flooring
Mhm.
or we have like um, VCT and that ceramic tile,
Mhm.
we're gonna pour it in that mop bucket because we're going to
Oh,
use that old fashioned mop to get that floor because VCT the bucketless mop that Jam Pro provides it
mhm.
does not do good on ceramic and that VCT flooring. So
Right.
we get that old fashioned mop and mop bucket out and we just mop it with that, but we make sure that we put that Excelente in that water, especially on those elevators. You put that Excelente on those elevators, mopping those elevators out, you're
Mhm.
gonna get a lot of complaints with people, a lot of compliments with people coming down off them elevators saying, "Man, what y'all using? It
That's
just
right.
smells that it smells that good."
That's what we need right there. And I noticed one last question I had for you. I noticed on one of your accounts, I think you was no, you was talking to the gentleman, and I think he was talking about some of the most common things that new franchise owners may miss. And I think you talked about high dusting,
Oh yeah.
and then he mentioned high dusting, and he mentioned urinals underneath the urinal. You guys talked about underneath the urinal. So what what is your recommendation for handling that particular thing around the
So
urinal?
so what we do in that urinal, you don't have to do much. All you have to do is spray your rag, your microfiber rag with that
Yep,
Excelente, and just
yep,
wipe under there. It'll get.
yep.
Matter of fact, it's that I guess the urinals they leak, and that
Mhm.
dried up urine is caked up under there.
Right.
And what the operations specialist does, they'll hit you with it. You won't even know. When they go in and inspect, they take their cell phone and they stick
Oh
it
man.
up under the urine and take a picture of it. And
Right.
you'll always see that dried up urine under there. So all you got to do is just saturate your rag and just
Right.
wipe up under there and you'll wipe all that urine. You'll see your rag will be filthy, but you'll get
Got you.
all that dried up urine off from under the bottom.
Right. Okay. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. And then what about underneath on the floor area? Do you so do you when you do the floors, do you do the whole floor even underneath that area, or do you do something different in that particular area around the urinal?
We use the same product because, like I said, that Excelente works great. So once you mop in that bathroom, you can hit up under that urinal with that, and it's gonna kill all that smell. You
Got you.
know, but your smell, like I said, 9 times out of 10, people can't find out locate where there's that urine smell coming from. It's underneath that urinal. It's underneath it. As soon as you wipe it, as soon as you clean it real good, you won't even smell it no more. You'd be like, wow, that's what it was, So now your bathroom, when they come in, it smells fresh because that Excelente
Right.
it smells real good.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the office today because I don't go back there. Well, I got some time off, but anyway, I'm definitely gonna go and try to get a gallon of that, and I'll put it to use today. I'll
Yeah.
definitely let you know.
Definitely reach out to me and let me know about that one because my wife is big on scents. Like it has to smell good, and she swears by it. She won't. If two things that we're going to use that Peroxy D, we're going to use that Excelente because both of them have a great scent. Now that
Huh?
Peroxy D, you can use it on the floor as well in the bathrooms only though, because
Bathroom
that
floors.
Peroxy, yeah, only in the bathroom. Now this is strictly like a disinfectant for bathrooms. It's called Peroxy D.
Okay.
We use it because we have a hospice care that we use
Mm-hmm.
that we have a contract with. It's a 7 day a week contract with a hospice care, and a lot of their rooms we disinfect the rooms because patient die. If they die, we have to go in and do a total disinfection of the room, and that's what we
Right.
use. The product that we use for that. But they're great. They're great for disinfecting the bathrooms, mopping the floor with it. It has a great smell. As well as it rivals that Excelente. Now that Peroxy D smell is a little bit more stronger because you can get you can get choked out by that Peroxy D. It can choke you out, but it smells good. But it'll have you coughing if you
Okay.
saturate it with it. Um,
Okay.
really strong, but it smells good once you're finishing. Once you finish up, and someone walks in, that scent is a really good scent.
Well, I'm gonna definitely give those a shot. I was watching one of your videos. I believe I watched it last week, and you were talking to the young lady. Um, I forget where she was, but
Washington D.C.,
yep, that was
Baltimore.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep. Because she was looking to do some other things,
Yeah.
and uh, and she mentioned about talking about how Jan Pro has been very helpful for her, and so to be honest with you, man, I'm gonna tell myself, I'm gonna give myself a 5-year goal. It's a beautiful thing what you and your wife are doing. So me, I always love to help people, right? I've always loved to help people. I coach high school basketball,
Okay.
and man, I don't. I'm a couple. Well, I'm 50 and plus one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't watch basketball games. I did all that when I was younger, playing basketball, did all that stuff. But I enjoy giving back and helping these kids, right? And so I just want to, say thank you to you and your wife, man, for I can tell that you guys were very sincere, very genuine. And I promise you, I will be doing the same thing that you're doing for other people. Because at the end of the day, like you said in one of your videos, that, you can't make it's enough money out here for everybody
That's
to
right.
be successful in this business. And so truly thank you to you and your wife, man, for not for being able, not just for being able, but being willing to think about some of the smaller people that may have questions and so on and so forth, man. So it's been a huge blessing watching your channel. And I say thank you so much, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you. And,
sir.
and like I said, we're doing this because we were called to do it. This is bigger than me. Me and my wife, we were called to reach back. You know,
Mhm.
so many times we can get lost in success and say, hey, just like I got it, y'all got to go get it. But
Mhm.
I want to help my people. I want to help my people as much as I can. I want to help anybody that's looking to get out of the rat race and start something because a lot of people believe that they can't even do it.
Right.
That's the thing. The belief, the belief that you can't not start your own business for less than $10,000. Because most people, if they knew that they could start their own business for $1,000, they'd be in business.
Right.
Um, But I'm here to say, hey, if you truly want to be in business and you truly want to leave the rat race, in 12 months, 12 months, watch how your business grow within 12 months. We're
All
gonna
right.
come back. We're gonna come back at the end of the year and do a follow-up with you. And you'll be
Okay.
able to tell me, man, I've hit that 100,000 mark and I'm pushing forward, I'm pushing past. And
Hey,
man,
man, that's the goal. That is the
I'm
goal.
telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Me and my wife, we got our brother-in-law started in Jan Pro a little bit shortly after we got started, and he was making great money on the job. He started and he was working a job and doing Jan Pro, and he
Mhm.
quit. He quit his job because he was like, man, I'm making so much more money in the freedom
Right.
that I'm getting.
Right.
Now he's trying to find the time to fill up his day because he has so much time on his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the freedom is there. And he's making twice his salary with Jan Pro. He's making over 6 figures with Jan Pro. So,
Right.
you know,
You know, speaking of that rat race, man, I'm kind of I'm actually in the corporate world. But fortunately enough for me, I have, as they say, skin in the game. So I have 5.5 years left,
mm,
and I won't have the age, but I have the 28 years with the state, right? But I'm believing God for Jan Pro to expedite that process, so I can go to them and buy a couple of years into that retirement and get out a little earlier. So,
there you
like you
go.
said, I can be free, to do more things, and obviously make a lot more money, and most importantly for me, help more people.
That's right. That's right.
It's one thing. It's one thing, to tell somebody that you praying for them, but just every now and then, man, you got to be able to have a little something to put in their hand.
Right.
You know,
That's
I mean,
right.
prayer is great. Prayer is great, but that money, that money on spot is awesome.
Yeah. And this is well, it's a double-edged sword when you're doing that too. Um, we're taught we're rethinking it because a lot of times we'll give money away, but we will want to give what we've decided that we want to give away that can trump
All right,
money is the experience, the knowledge, to try to change the mindset.
mm-hmm.
Once you give them that money, now you got to feed into them what to do with that money, you
Right,
know, because I think that's the part that we are missing is like once I run into a lot of money, what do I do with it? How do I
right.
grow it? You know, so that's what we're trying to teach when we get on and we talk to people about building a Jan Pro business or we talk to people about real estate and stuff like that. We're teaching legacy. We're trying to build legacies now, you know. So
Man, I was some years ago. I was fortunate enough to I met this very successful pastor in Texas. Very successful pastor in Texas. I went to a conference, right? And I'm a person that like to read, but I only want to read books where it's going to make me better. I don't read novels. I don't have time for fairy tales. I want to read real stuff, real concrete stuff that I can use and apply, and I can teach. I can teach somebody else those concepts. And the gentleman said in one of his books that when you become a person of principle, your principles will make decisions for you. So, like one of your videos, this is the same concept. You said that you and your wife had a system or principle that y'all paid off the small accounts, and then you finance the bigger accounts. And so, in getting back to that principle, so for me, in terms of helping people, my principle is very simple. If you're not helping yourself, I'm not doing it.
that's right.
And and so, when I left home, oh man, I left home 30 years ago. Went away to college and never moved back, right? And so once I learned all these different things, so now for me, it doesn't matter who the person is. My first question is going to be, are they helping themselves? And if the answer is no, man, look, I've been working since high school, right? I had to work since
Mm,
high school, put myself through college and so on and so forth. So all I know is to work. I don't understand, like you said, the mindset of a person that don't want to work. And like I said, you know, one of the I think we missed our Zoom last week or 2 weeks ago. Some of my days, man, are 15, 16 hours. Because after I leave my it's not a 9 to 5, it's a 10-hour day. After I leave that around 5:45, I may go into one of these accounts. But I learned I was under a pastor. He was a very excellent teacher. And he said that in order to you got to be willing to do the things you hate to get what you love. And so I just I know my why, as you said in one of your videos. I understand my why. And I know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not going to be a long time.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep on keeping my head down, keep on pressing forward, and know that there's great on the other side.
That's great. Hey, that's great, man. And Leon, I'm glad that we had time to talk with you today. And
Yeah, man.
man, I know that you're gonna be successful. I know that in 12 months, man, you're gonna look back and say, man, I'm glad I stuck through it, because there's gonna be some trying times, but I'm glad I stuck through it and went through the process, and look at me today, you know.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you, man.
yeah, so it was good speaking with you today. My time is running out on Zoom.
Okay.
So if you have anything else, just email me, and I'll get on the phone with you, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Also, I have a VIP. I have a VIP for anybody that's looking to join the VIP. Well, you have full access to me. You know, you
Okay.
can call me at any time. So if you want to do that, that's through the Dookie Chronicles on my Patreon page.
I think I just saw that yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. And then that gives you full access to me, you know, looking over contracts, things of that nature. So,
Okay. I would definitely check that out.
yes, sir. Well, it's good talking with you, Leon, man. I hope you have
Yes,
a
sir,
great
man.
remainder of your day, man. Get that Excelente and that Parasi D, man, and you're going to see a difference in that smell.
Will do, man. And thanks again.
And thank you.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
You too.